Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and as you can see on the screen, woohoo! I finally got here. We are on Kickstarter. The project is live. So, very exciting. Also very stressful because, so much has gone into this, so hope you enjoy. So, the goal for this morning's stream is, and this will definitely also be put in highlights on Twitch and on YouTube for in case you're not able to view at this time because maybe you're at work or something, is to show you the campaign page and all that's going on and sort of explain to you, as well as Kickstarter, the game overview, and all that jazz. So just to run through the Kickstarter campaign. Now before I get started, I just want to check the audio. So just give me a second. You know the drill, and we'll get going. Super excited. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And that's why I was a couple minutes off too, because it launched at 8 a.m. this morning. Just a couple minutes ago. Let's wait for the Twitch to catch up. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Come on, interwebs, you can do it. My phone's showing me the kind of like the Xbox Ring of Death, the spinning circle of trying to connect. Connect! There we go. Okay, good. Cool, so let's start showing you all the goodies. So ELEMANCERS, Light and Dark, as you've probably heard me talk about before, it is a 2 to 6 player team-based fantasy area control game. So what does that mean? I'll break it down. The game does play 2 to 6 players. It actually plays exactly the same way 2 to 6 players because you always use all 6 clans every time you play the game. You just have players control one or more clans if you have different combinations of players. But it's always 3 clans against 3 clans, the light faction against the dark faction. And the reason why it's called team-based is because you always play with teams. So if you ever have an odd number or small number of players, you always make sure it's always one player against other players. So it's always one player in each faction, but then you add more players as you have more than 2 players come play the game. But it's always a team game, so you have people playing with you and people that you're playing against. Because one of the things I like most about board games is the social aspect of it. But I like having teammates, and I also like telling someone else that they suck. So you get the cool combination of both. And then I was going to what are the key things that you can see in this game? Like there's the whole balance of light and dark, the duality, fighting each other. There is elemental magic, and I get more into what I mean by that. I don't mean your classic 4 elements, like if you think of the 5th element or something. There's more elements having to do with the creation of light and dark energies and magic. Fantasy creatures, just like we'd think of from D&D, ghouls, goblins, dragons, chimeras, that sort of thing. Dragons, of course, we all love dragons, and primal gods. By that, what I mean is not like gods that primitives worshipped, but these are gods that embody the primal elements of this magic that made up this world. Because the core elements was actually Lux and Tenebris, and when that broke apart, that's when he created the 6 other elements of Shadow, Necro, Ice, Celestial, Beast, and Flame. Alrighty, so what we got here is funding goal is $22,000. I'll get more into that when I talk about that down in the campaign. So next thing I want to show you is my short 2.5-minute trailer video that I have for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. ELEMANCERS Light and Dark is a 2 to 6 player team-based fantasy area control game in which you command an avatar and clan wielding one of 6 elemental magics: dark magic, shadow, necro, or ice, or light magic, celestial, beast, or flame. You play as part of one of 2 factions: Tenebrous, the dark faction, or Lux, the light faction, warring head-to-head, which are trying to take control over the realm. Harness elemental power to gain new abilities, new spells, summon creatures, and contribute to your faction score at the end of the game. Make timely decisions when to use creature traits and beautifully descriptive battle cards to give you the elemental power to win in battle. Trigger story events and explore the history of the realm by advancing through your lore deck, as well as unlock legendary weapons. Bronzu, the Dragon of Balance, is freed from the Hollow of Fate once the first legendary weapon is found and activated, bringing a powerful NPC into the game. Bronzu takes a turn at the end of each player's turn, attacking avatars and consuming power tokens to compete for the most elemental power at game's end. Use legendary weapons to gain a power advantage in the game and take you one step closer to resurrect your primal god of light or dark to win. My name is Jarrett Ford, aka Ismortah on the interwebs, and I'm so grateful to bring you ELEMANCERS Light and Dark. This has been a passion project that had started out as an idea for a D&D campaign and then morphed into a card game and now as an area control board game. Purchasing this game has helped bring my dream to life. Thanks to my family, friends, co-workers at Grand Rounds, playtesters at DundraCon, RageCon, Big Bad Con, and GameHoleCon, the gracious Kickstarter backers listed back of the game manual, and to everyone who cheered me on. Hope you enjoyed the game. Alrighty, so how this campaign page is arranged is there's basically 6 master categories, of them which I have information involved in it. So I'm not going to go through all the itemized information because there's a lot here, a lot of stuff to look at, and I'll let you explore. I just want to give an overview of how to find stuff where it is. So the first section, there's 6 sections. The first one is updates. Here at the top is where I'm going to have up-to-date information whenever I have something new that I've added to the campaign page. So whatever current reveals or special deals are available at this time, or when I announce, you'll see all of those updates on this section here, as well as the limited time offer of the Kickstarter exclusive miniatures, of which go to Shadow Balance Games, and I'll share more information on how to unlock those. I'll just quickly go to that just to share. So there are 2 different miniatures that have limited time to encourage early backers at the beginning of the campaign and reward you for doing so, to give the campaign the much needed momentum the first 72 hours of the campaign. So the first one is, if you subscribe to this newsletter, subscribe here, and you get a core copy of the game through the Kickstarter, then you will earn the Heart of Darkness, which is one of the legendary weapons of Tenebrous, the Dark faction. It's a cool miniature that you can use as a Current player token in this game or other games as well. It's just a really cool miniature. I've never seen the fact that you can hold a heart in your hand. The second one, which you could also earn, you could earn both, is if you leave a rating or comment on the BGG page for ELEMANCERS Light and Dark. And if you do so, as well as get a core game, then you'll also earn the Feather of Light, which is one of the legendary weapons of Lux, the Light faction. Similar at 50mm base, the fact you have this really cool feather miniature that you can use in this game or other games as well. But you only have till Valentine's Day to do so, so if you want to get one of these items, that's the only time you'll be able to do so, so I definitely encourage you to do one of those simple add-ons by just subscribing to Shadow Balance Games or leaving a comment on BGG for ELEMANCERS Light and Dark, and have yourself some minis. So the next section is Project Overview. In this section, I go into the nuts and bolts of what is this Kickstarter campaign, what is the project, what is the project team, and what is this campaign trying to accomplish. Okay? So first up I have here is a couple of Kickstarter reviews and previews, which more will get added as they come in, which definitely take a look at your leisure. Next, I go into what is ELEMANCERS Light and Dark, just an overview of the game, what you do in the game, and what is the game all about. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff. And this is just something you would see like on the game box, basic information to determine what type of game this is for you. It is ages 14 up, just due to the complexity of strategy in the game. It is 2 to 6 players, and the game length is 2 to 3 hours. Now, the reason to clarify why I put 2 to 3 hours on this game box is because that's the average that the game takes. The reason why, though, if it would, let's say the average took 2.5 hours, I would put that. The reason why I have a range is the game can actually end at different times during round 2. There are 2 rounds in the game, but depending on what end condition is triggered, you can end the game at the beginning of round 2, the middle, or the end. And that's why you have that hour deviation, because it depends what you do in the game. But on average, if people gun for their legendary weapons, you can actually play the game in around 2 hours. And as you can see in the live playthrough below, that this game concluded in just under 2 hours, which you can check out as well as a fun group that played ELEMANCERS. Next up, I say why I'm using Kickstarter. Why do I have a goal of $22,000? Really, the reason why I have a goal of $22,000 is because I need $20,000 to mass produce ELEMANCERS Light and Dark. And Kickstarter takes about 8 to 10% from fees and processing. So that's why I have that extra buffer of $2K. But I need $20,000 just for mass production. Now that doesn't take into account freight or warehousing. Those are costs that I'm going to eat because I have the money for that. What I need money for is to make this game. And to make this game, I need backers like you guys to help me on that journey, as well as I wanted to make sure I had an audience for this game. So, if I get 500 backers, then I know there's going to be 500 people that are going to enjoy this game when I mass produce it. As far as shipping costs, that really depends on the region, and that's why that's going to be handled in a pledge manager after the campaign, and I'll talk more about that in a sec. Here I just want to emphasize that there are special reveals and deals that happen at different times in the game well, I guess Kickstarter campaign is a game that I'm trying to win, during the week, during the campaign. So definitely keep an eye out on the updates section. I'll definitely put it there, as well as on where add-ons and different things are happening on the campaign page also. But you can always find anything that's new that's happening in the updates section. But yeah, you get some sweet stuff. The fact that you can get Kickstarter exclusive miniatures, there's going to be add-ons, there's going to be special deals, and if you do the producer level you can actually get a signed beta copy of Elementals Light and Dark actually delivered to you in 3 months' time as opposed to a year, as a special way to thank those that I'll say power back this campaign and help me reach my goal. This was really cool. This was some cosplay that was at CelestiaCon for ELEMANCERS. And still one of my faves. Alright, so next part here is the ELEMANCERS project team. I just wanted to be able to actually have this at the forefront, top third of the campaign page, as opposed to practically every other campaign I've ever seen for board games. They put it at the very bottom, because I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for my project team. You know, I compare it to, like, when you hear, like, raising a kid, that it takes a village. Well, it took a village to make this game, to market this game, to play test this game, and to back this game. So it's like, it's not, yeah, I'm the designer, and yeah, I did a lot of the management for this game, but it's a community game, and it's for the community. And so I wanted to thank those that, you know, helped make it happen at the forefront. So you can see me. I'll let you read this at your leisure, because there's a lot of information here, a lot of people on the team. I have illustrators, sculptors, graphic artists, more illustrators, narrative assistants, and marketing assistants, as well as tons of playtesters. And this is the same thank you, basically, that I had said in that video, that, you know, it's a dream, and so definitely want to keep the dream alive and not only complete this game, but continue to make games. Like, this is what I want to do. This is my passion, and this is my gateway to make it happen. Alright, so the third section of this campaign is game overview. So whereas the project overview is talking about the Kickstarter, what is this I'm trying to build, how am I building it, why do I need funds to help build it, this is just going over the nuts and bolts of ELEMANCERS Light and Dark, the board game. So why is this game so much fun? You got some different shots I took at different conventions that I was getting play testing. Definitely the highlights of what makes this game sing. All of the factions in the game and the clans. Legendary weapons. And of course Bronzu. Which, still to this day, even including me, it is like the coolest addition to the game. And you really don't experience it till you get halfway through the game. And that really was the intention. That's why, let me scroll up this for a second, I'll zoom back. The cover of ELEMANCERS Light and Dark box is why it's shown that way as well. Because the game is all about the elements, right? That's why you see all these celestial stars in the background of the different elements in the game. But yet, if you take a close look at the nebula in the background, you see the image of Bronzu, because that's her in secret, hiding, waiting to come out to consume these elements, her being the Dragon of Balance. Trying to keep the balance, actually, even though she seems destructive. Alright. Next up here, I just have an unboxing video, so you can see a video of physically, not digitally, like you see, again, majority of these Kickstarters for board games do, of what the game looks like in your hand. So not only do you see what it looks like, but what it feels like, the dimensions, the weight to it, and what it will look like in your home. Now, this is the Kickstarter build, so it's the most professional prototype game that I was able to make without mass production. Obviously, when I do it with mass production, it's going to look a little bit different, because the different machines used, the different molds, different plastics, any final tweaks to design first couple months after this campaign funds. But this is what to expect for the game. But definitely check it out. What's included in the game box? This is just a run view of graphically, and I mean, again, actual pictures of the game product, not digital, of what's in the game box, as you can see here, which the unboxing goes over through in grand detail. Now, I did want to call out, for these two here, the reference cards in the game and the game manual. that they're also clickable. So this will take you to the actual reference card in the game that's final, as well as the beta version of the game manual. The reason why the game manual I say beta is just because it'll probably go through another UI treatment before final to make the inside of the game manual a little bit more pretty and attractive. But I'm not going to spend too much time on it, only because this is really meant as a resource, not as a thing to suck you into the story and to the art. For that, I really want to draw people to the game itself. And that's why reviewers and people who's played this game are drawn to what has been done in the game, because that's where I want people to focus their attention, is in the game. This is just a pic of the different plastic used in the game, which is important because I like my games to last, and I don't want finger smudges to ruin stuff. And there are also cool pieces like the shield, the magical barrier, that just adds a pop to the center of the game board. Alright, so now we're at the halfway through, even though we're at the bottom fourth. Is the fourth category in this page is how to use Kickstarter. Okay, there's all these reasons why I should back the game, all these explanation on why I need your help, what I've achieved, what I want to achieve, the things you can do. Why are we using Kickstarter then? How do you use Kickstarter? I'll let you know what Kickstarter is for. How do you use Kickstarter? So this here tells you how to pledge, what are the current pledge rewards, which these will get updated as they're updated when different things get announced or expire. How to include add-ons to your pledge and the current add-ons, which you can see the future ones to be revealed. The fifth section out of 6 is, okay, well, what's happening during the campaign while people are checking out the page and stuff. And this is really what I'm going to be up to. That I'm going to be available to answer questions every night. The fact that I'm going to do an update every Sunday night on reveals and what's going on. Shadowbound Games will be on tour. So definitely check out shadowboundgames.com in the upcoming events section to see where I'm going to be and when. As a general overview of that, I can say that this weekend, President's Day weekend, I will be at DunderCon in San Ramon, California, doing demos and playtests. And then the end of this campaign, the weekend of the 9th, I will be at Gamma Expo in Reno, Nevada. Interfacing, sharing the game with people. In between that time, every weekend, I'm going to be what I call a game store takeover. So Friday night and Saturday afternoon, I'm going to a different game store in the Carson, Fallon, and Reno area to demo ELEMANCERS Light and Dark for anyone local that wants to play. Because one of the huge things also with community is we're really building a board game community here in the Reno area. That's why, for example, Gamma Expo is now hosted here. It's been here for a couple of years. RageCon here is huge because we just have this booming community of gamers, and we have the space for it. And so to help support those community, as well as to get community to help support a local game designer as well. As well as project work that worked on during the game. I'll still be working on a few things to get ready before files get sent to print, as well as polish work on some of the add-ons and exclusives available in the campaign. Campaign partners. And then the last section is what's happening after the campaign. As far as when the campaign ends, what things are happening immediately afterwards. So there's going to be a pledge manager. I go into here. I go into some approximations on what shipping is going to cost after the campaign for your items, how will rewards be delivered, and how to stay up on the latest of what Shadowbound Games is up to. Now the last part here, I just go into risk and challenges, which I'll have you look at your leisure as well. This goes into more specifics on different things having to do with finalizing the game project to get to a final deliverable that goes into your hands. as far as polish, pledge management, manufacturing, fulfillment, product delivery, product shipping, contact, so on and so forth. And there will also be a frequently asked questions section. Now this I will fill out depending on feedback I get every evening when I'm on Discord, as well as responding to comments in the Kickstarter page itself. So for I'll say common or questions that are commonly asked, frequently asked, that's where I'll put those answers, as well as respond to the comments and be able to respond live on Discord as well. And I'll probably mention it briefly also in the updates, but it's mostly for reveals. Well, I didn't want to take this too long. I know we're almost 30 minutes. I just want to give you an overview of the page. I implore you to check it out to read more information. I have multiple videos available and more that are still coming in. And there'll be updates every week. And I'm here to speak with you every evening. Well, thanks for listening and watching, everybody. Again, I implore you to please help back if you can. And if you can't, to definitely spread the word, because honestly, anyone that's touched this game really loves it. And I just need to get the word out there to get this baby funded. Well, thank you so much. Again, this is Jarrett, a.k.a. Ismortah, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.